focus. All right, today's date. Here we go. It's time to focus and do this. It is 1/3/22. Okay, before we do anything, draw a right triangle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but draw a right triangle. Okay, draw a right triangle. Just start right there, okay? So today we're talking about right triangle trig ratios. Okay? Draw a right triangle. Put the box in. Okay, make sure you do that. Okay, draw a right triangle, put the box in, okay? The box has to be there because the box means 90, right?
Yeah.
So it's a right angle.
Yeah, we agreed outside.
Yeah. So, ratios means fraction. It's just a fancy word for fractions. So, let's make sure I write that down so you know what we're looking for. So, ratio just simply means a fraction. Good. This symbol here means angle. It is the Greek letter theta. Don't let that bother you, but it is. Hopefully, we won't have a COVID theta variant. There'll be a lot of them, huh? Didn't know that? We're just going through the Greek alphabet: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, omicron, right? Just in case you didn't know that, we're going through the Greek letter. Hopefully, we won't have a COVID-19 theta. You agree? There'll be a lot. So this symbol means angle. For us, when you see this right there, it means angle. Okay. This symbol here for us means angle. Okay. Now.
You got mail.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's Costa Rica, bro.
Hello.
We want you back.
This is. Hey, I really need to talk to you, but I'm right in the middle of teaching. Can I call you? Can I call you back at about 3? Okay, thank you. Now I need to get you money. Okay, thank you. Bye. All right, there we go. Here we go. So sine. Sine is a ratio. So we're going to use the symbol SIN. We're going to use this. We're going to call it SIN. It means sine. It does not mean sin. Sin is what we talk about in church. Okay. So we're going to call it SIN. Is the short version for sine. It's in your calculator. It's in your calculator. When you look at your calculator, you're going to see that button. It means sine, not sin. It's sine. Okay. Sine of an angle. You need to write this down. Sine of an angle, sine of theta, is always equal to the ratio of the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Okay. Cosine, the abbreviation for cosine is cos. But that's the abbreviation. We won't say cos, we'll call it cosine. Okay? Cosine of theta, because it's of an angle. Cosine of theta, because it's cosine of an angle, is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Remember this? It's not that bad, is it? Right? Tangent, God bless you, in your calculator. Okay, when you look at your calculator, you can see your sine, your cosine, your tangent. Tangent is abbreviated as tan of theta, but it means tangent. It's the abbreviation. It's equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. Okay? Cosecant, secant, and cotangent are not in a calculator. They're not, because they're just the reciprocals of these. So cosecant goes with cosine. So cosecant is 1 over, cosecant goes with sine, 1 over sine which makes it, instead of opposite of hypotenuse, it's just the hypotenuse over the opposite. It's just the opposite. Cosecant goes with sine, so it's going to be the hypotenuse over the opposite. It's rarely used. It's rarely used, but it's still a mathematical identity. Secant goes with cosine. Secant goes with cosine, but it's 1 over cosine. So it's the opposite of cosine. Instead of adjacent over hypotenuse, it's just the flip of it. So secant is going to be the hypotenuse over the adjacent. Okay. Cotangent, of course, goes with tangent. It's the same thing as 1 over tangent of theta. Am I going too fast? Can you slow down for a second?
Bothered, right?
Okay, I'll slow down for a second.
Is it? Focused in or on?
Just you go to secant one, the bottom left one. What does that be?
Secant.
Adjacent over.
Yes, so it's the opposite of cosine. It's the opposite of cosine. And we know this is cosine. So it's just the opposite of cosine. That's all.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense? And cotangent is the opposite of tangent. So we'll write this as adjacent over opposite. We'll do that in a second. So it's just cotangent is the opposite of tangent. Okay? So cotangent is the opposite of tangent. So I'm going to write it as the opposite of this, which is going to be the adjacent. Over the opposite. Okay, these are our notes. These are our identities. I call them identities. So I'm going to highlight them. That's my identity. 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 Okay. Now, up on the board, okay, I have just the sine, cosine, and tangent, right? These other three are rarely used. We don't use them. There's no real reason to use them, except for, they're a mathematical identity. Almost every problem we'll do, we'll use one of the main three. We'll either use sine, cosine, or tangent. Okay, does that make sense? And the reason those are so important, we also find them on our calculator, right? So I go to my calculator, and in my calculator I've got those buttons. I've got sine, cosine, and tangent, right? Now, let's take a look at our first example, okay? So, it says, find all 6 ratios. Well, all 6 would be all of these, okay? So we're going to have to find the sine of b. We're going to find the cosine of b. We're going to find the tangent of b, because we're in all 6, right? You also want to find the cosecant of b. We also want to find the secant of b, and we also want to find the cotangent of b. All right? How am I doing? So we haven't answered the question, but this is what I want to find. I want to find the, and I want to have angle b. It says angle b, right? So that's my angle. So what I really want to find is the fraction with this, fraction with this, fraction with this. I want a fraction for this, I want a fraction with this one, and a fraction with this one. Okay. But it's easy. You want to see how easy it is? Okay, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. So we're going to be at angle B, right? I think I see I want angle B, right? Angle B. So I'm right here at angle B. So what is the name? Give me. I need names. I need names. I need the name. This 4. What would this side be called? What's this side? Throw the rock to the. What's the name of this side? Throw the rock to the. Opposite. That's the opposite. You guys see that? Throw the rock to the opposite. Because the names I need have to be these names. Does that make sense? I need the names to be these names. So I throw the rock to the opposite side. The 5 already has a name. What's the name of this side?
It's the hypotenuse.
Good, hypotenuse. I abbreviate. And the 3 is sitting right next to me, so it's called the adjacent. If I wanted angle A, which I didn't ask for, but if I wanted angle A, which I didn't ask for, but if I wanted angle A, I would change things around. That'd be my opposite, right? That'd be my adjacent if I wanted A. But it asked for B, so let's go with B. Okay, so here is how easy this is. So take a look. Sine of B. Well, let's see. What does sine say? Sine is the opposite of the hypotenuse, isn't it? So opposite is 4, hypotenuse is 5. So my answer is just 4 over 5. That's it. That's the answer. Cosine of B. Well, what is cosine? What's it say? Adjacent over hypotenuse. So what's the answer to cosine of B? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 3 over what's the hypotenuse? Okay. Okay, and again, I have them, they're also up here, right? If you want to look up here, they're up there. You see it? They're up there. You guys see it? They're up there for a reason, right? Tangent, what's tangent say? Tangent, what's tangent say? Okay, opposite over adjacent. I heard 4 over 3. Okay, now, cosecant. Okay, watch. Cosecant is the, watch. Cosecant is the reciprocal, yes. Secant is the reciprocal. Cotangent is the, isn't that easy? Yeah.
Everything's just opposite?
It's just the reciprocal. Opposite will work. So this is going to be 5 over 4. See, it's a reciprocal?
And 5 over 3.
And then 5 over 3, and then?
3 over 4.
That's it. Thumbs up? Can you do this? Yes, no. Thumbs up? Let me see. Is this easy so far? Okay, turn the page. Now, example 2. In example 2, I need a triangle. So I need to build a triangle. Okay? So first thing we do is I'm going to build a triangle, because I don't have a triangle. I need a triangle, so I'm going to build a triangle. Okay? I'm going to put theta right there. Okay? I can put it on, I'm going to put theta right there. Theta is an angle, right? So draw that. Okay? I need to build a triangle, so draw that. So I put a right triangle down there. I put theta down to my angle.
That's like a massive debt job.
Okay, what I know about sine, because it starts with sine, what I know about sine is it is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, okay? So I know that my opposite is 5 and my hypotenuse is 13. Okay? So sine is a ratio of the opposite over the hypotenuse. So my opposite has to be 5 and my hypotenuse is 13. So now what I'm going to do is this. 5 goes here, 13 goes there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
5 goes there, 13 goes there. Okay?
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so far so good?
Yeah.
So 5 goes here, 13 goes here. Now what I don't know is my adjacent side. I don't know my adjacent side, but you guys know how to do Pythagorean's theorem, don't you? Right? You know how to do Pythagorean's theorem? Yes? So do you know Pythagorean's theorem? You do, because you guys know it as a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Remember that? Remember that? So we're going to go a squared plus 5 squared equals 13 squared, right? Because I need to find the adjacent side. I don't know the adjacent side. I've got to find the adjacent side. So I'm going to use Pythagorean's theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I'm going to have A squared plus 25 equals 169, right? You okay with that? 5 squared, 13 squared. I need to solve. Minus 25 minus 25. A squared is 144, right? We will square root. And I'll have A equals 12. So now I know my adjacent side is 12. So I'll put this right there. I need 5 others. And I can do it. I've got all 3 of these, right? I need the cosine, tangent. So I need to do just what we did on the last example. And now we can do it because we got our triangle, right? So what do we need? We have sine, right? I need cosine of theta, tangent of theta, cosecant of theta, secant of theta, and I need cotangent of theta, okay? Okay, this is what I need. All right. Cosine. What's cosine? What's cosine?
Adjacent is more product.
So what's my answer?
It's
12.
wait, no.
12 or 13.
I get the next one, bro.
Okay, hold on, Luke. I'm going to let you give it to me, okay? 12 or 13? Okay, Luke, what's the next one?
5 over 12.
It is opposite over adjacent, 5 over 12. Perfect. Cosecant is the opposite of sine. Yes. Cosecant is the opposite of sine, so 13 over 5. Secant is the opposite of cosine. And cotangent is the opposite of tangent, right? Okay, good. Now, trigonometry is the most used math, not arithmetic, the most used math in the world because you can find right angles everywhere. Anybody's dad or mom a builder? Okay, they use trig all the time. Think about a roof, right? Think about a roof, right?
Then fell apart.
So think about a roof, right? So trigonometry uses all the time. So here's an example of how we'd use it, okay? So what I do is I'm going to look, here's my angle, okay? So I know theta is 35 degrees, okay? So always start with the angle, always. So we're going to name our sides, from the angle, okay? From the angle. Before I do anything, I'm going to have to get some names. I want names like this. Okay. So I don't care about the opposite, right? Never ask me. I don't care about the opposite, but I do. The 10 is called what? Good. And then the x is called the. Okay. Let's label it. Okay. Let's make sure we label this. So we know that the 10 is my hypotenuse, and my x is my adjacent. Okay. Now, we only need to use one of these because we only need to find one thing. Okay? We only need to use one of these because we only need one thing, correct? Which one am I going to use? What do we know? What are the 2 words we have? Okay, say it again. Say it again. Say it loud. Okay, so those are the 2 words we're using. What are we going to use? Cosine. You guys see it? So let's write it down. I'm going to use cosine of theta is equal to my adjacent over hypotenuse, right? But I know theta. So instead of writing theta, what am I going to write? What's theta? I'm not going to write this. What am I writing in this place? I know theta. What's theta? So I'm going to put 35 here. Okay, I'm going to put 35 here. Because what's theta?
35.
Because that's my angle, right? And I know what's my adjacent?
It is x.
Good. And what's my hypotenuse?
Y. Oh wait, it's 10.
10. Okay, so we're going to put 35 here. We're going to put x here and 10 here. Okay, let's rewrite it now, okay? So we're going to write this as cosine of 35 is equal to my 10 over my x over my 10, okay? Now I want to solve for x. God bless you. So I need to solve. So if I multiply both sides by 10, right? Multiply both sides by 10. The 10's cancel. And you're left with 10 times the cosine of 35 equals x. Now, if you use your cell phone, and you can, you just have to put things in backwards, okay? I know you guys love your cell phone. I'm going to show you both ways, okay? If you use your cell phone, let me get to my, hold on. Get to my math calculator. I'll turn it sideways. Come on. Did you get -9? No, that doesn't sound right. Come on, calculator, turn on me. Turn. Turn. Is that thing off? Well, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to type in 10 cosine of 35. Okay, see I typed it in? There's my answer. Does that answer make sense in this problem? Could that be 8.19? Yeah. In your phone, I'm having a hard time to get my phone working. Here, hold on. How come it won't turn sideways? How do I get it to turn sideways?
You got to unlock your
Oh, I got it. Here you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of
I
all,
know that's true.
so if you use your phone, you're just gonna you got to do it backwards. You're gonna go 35 cosine times 10. Okay. If you want to use your phone, want me to do it again? You got to do it backwards. You got to go 35 cosine times 10 equals. Again, if you want to use your phone, phone's a pain. It's a pain. I got a 35 cosine times 10 equals, okay? I like my calculators better. It's so much easier. On my calculator, I just typed it in. I just typed in 10 times cosine of 35, and I got it, okay? So x is about 8.19. We'll go 8.2, okay? Okay, let's do the last example, okay, from the value of x. So again, here's your angle. So theta is 50 degrees. Write that down, okay? Example 4. Okay, write it down. Theta. Theta is my angle, right? Write it down. We know theta. Theta is always an angle, right? Write it down. Now, from this angle, you watching?
Hypotenuse and opposite. You watch your hands good at that?
Yeah, we're going to. Okay. So here's what Alonzo said. What from this angle? From this angle, what's the name of that side? What's the name of that side? Yes. Right. What's the name of this side?
Oh, that's hypotenuse. That's hypotenuse.
Let's put them in. Totally right. Let's put them in. Okay. So we know that this is my opposite and my hypotenuse. Okay. So look up on the board. Which one of the three uses those two words? Look up on the board. Which one of those three uses those two words? Look up above. Yeah.
10.
You guys agree with sine?
Yeah.
Sine's the only one that uses both of those. You guys agree with that? So I'm going to write it down. Okay, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to use sine. Sine theta equals my opposite over my hypotenuse. Okay, how am I doing? Okay. Now, instead of writing theta, we write 50, okay? In opposite, we're going to write 12. And for the hypotenuse, we're going to write x, okay? There he goes. 50 goes here, 12 goes here, x goes here. Let's do that. So I'm going to go sine of 50 equals 12 over x. Okay, now this one's a little harder to solve, but we're going to solve it anyway. So I'm going to multiply by x. Multiply by x. To get rid of it, I multiply by x. Now, what I have is x times the sine of 50 equals 12. Sine of 50 is a number. So it's x times that. So I'm going to get rid of sine of 50. Sine of 50 by dividing by sine of 50. Divide by. So in my calculator, I need to do this. I'm going to go 12 divided by sine 50. 15.6, does that make sense for this problem?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. On your cell phone, it's a little harder to do, but I'll show you. Okay. On your cell phone, you're going to do this. You're going to go 12 divided by 50 sine equals. When we do it again, on your cell phone, you got to go 12 divided by 50 sine equals. I'll do it one more time on your cell phone.
So you do the number then the sign?
Yes, you got to do the number then the sign. Yes. So you go 12 divided by 50 sine equals. Okay? All right. That's what I have for today. You guys have work. You don't have a lot of work. Don't have a lot of problems for you. Let me stop my recording and I'll get the homework to you. Okay? So page 225. We're going to do 1 to 6 all. Come on, stop recording.